Hello everyone, this is Dibya here. So today I will be introducing you with Pepe Route. So it's a tool which will help you to migrate your emails from a particular vendor A to my vendor B. So primarily when you do migration from any vendor, so there are a lot of complications are involved because you are already sending lot of email volumes. So do you know really that when you are migrating from vendor A to vendor B, what exactly is happening? So you are actually switching your sending IP address between the vendors. So let's take an example. You are with vendor A where you are using some IP range known as 1.1.1, and now you want to switch to vendor 2 to send your emails, and vendor B is giving you a IP address of 2.2.2. So now you are completely changing your IP address which you are going to use to send emails. So what is the implications of changing this IP address? So here I have shown you two examples. There are two scenarios are there where let's take an example where you are shifting from vendor A to vendor B, and if the IP address of the vendor B is neutral, then it's okay. If the IP address of the vendor B is positive, it's highly reputed IP, then also it's good. But what if when you are switching from vendor A to vendor B and the vendor B has a IP address which is a very low reputed IP address? So that's a bit of issue. So you should not be migrating from a vendor A to vendor B in case the IP address reputation of the vendor to whom you are migrating is very low. So you should be first checking the reputation of the IP addresses which the vendor is going to assign to you. So in order to ensure that your emails are not going to hit the spam or you are not going to face the email deliverability issue. That is the point number one which you should be keeping in your mind. There is another thing which you should keep in your mind is when you are moving the email volume from one particular service provider to another service provider, you might be having smaller email volume, you might be having millions or billions of email volumes also. So you can't move the entire email volume in one day. So if you do so, you will be in a serious email deliverability issues, and your mail might land into spam, or there might be email delivery issues itself, there might be email delays issue, or Gmail, Yahoo, or Hotmail, or Outlook might start throttling your emails also. So there should be a gradual shift from vendor A to vendor B. It should not be on the day one. Just because you are getting some benefit you should switch from a vendor A to vendor B. So it should be a gradual shift. Like here you can see in the graph, it's just a sample graph where on the first day, if you can send 30,000 emails, then gradually you can increase it to 40,000, then 50,000, then 60,000, and so on. But this doesn't mean that you will keep on increasing emails in this fashion. There are a lot of other factors which you should be keeping in mind, like when you are sending the email from the new vendor, whether you are getting the open rates, good open rates or not, whether the click rates are okay or not, whether there is any dip in the email delivery. So all these things need to be measured, and then slowly you need to move your volume from a vendor to vendor B. Sounds good also, like you should follow a warm-up process. But what about the challenges? Routing emails between multiple service providers. If already you are using two vendors and now you want to add one more vendor, so it will require a bit of code changes at your end. The application which you are using, inside that you need to make the enhancements in order to make it compatible to support two, three, four vendors in one go. So that's a bit of code changes which will be very difficult for your at your end. And if you are using some standalone application or a CRM software or a marketing automation software, and inside that you are doing the SMTP relay, so then it might be just impossible to add a exception for different vendors inside that software. So primarily what people do is they shift the entire volume in day one because of the technical limitations which they have at their end, and they don't be able to manage all these uh, slow warm up, measuring of the reputation, and gradual shifting of the volumes. So what's the solution here? Different challenges are there, like how much to shift on the day one, how to control the domain and the IP reputation, how to ensure that your email delivery is not impacted, how to ensure that there are zero customer complaints when you are moving your email volume to some other provider. There should not be complaints like, hey, I'm not receiving your emails now. What's the issue? And then you will go back and say that oh, I am changing my vendor, and hence there was some issue was there. So you should not be answering those questions. So how you can prevent yourself from all these issues? So this is exactly where Peppy Route came into picture. So it's a product of Peppy Post. So what is this exactly, Peppy Route? So it's a interface. It's an API where no complex coding is required. It's just one endpoint, and behind this one endpoint, there can be multiple ESPs which can be linked. So you will be getting one API which you need to hit, and behind that API, you can configure multiple ESPs. And what this API will do, it will do a smart routing across all your ESPs. So let's take an example. You have SendGrid, you have PeppyPost, you have Postmark, you have Mandrill. Lot of vendors are there, or you might be having only just two vendors, SendGrid and PeppyPost. So what you need to do is you need to just get this one API endpoint of PeppyRoute, and then integrate inside your code. And on the platform of this Peppy route, you need to configure SendGrid API key and PeppyPost API key. So whenever the email will hit this Peppy route gateway, it will automatically divert the emails between SendGrid and PeppyPost based upon different rules. So for you, it's no complex code. All the code, complex coding, Peppy route has already done. You need to just integrate with one API, and you can do routing across multiple ESPs. So that's the beauty of this Peppy route tool. So you will be getting one account, and as I said, you can configure multiple ESPs. Here you can see on my screen also. There is one enterprise. I have taken example of ABC Limited, which is using three ESPs. So this is the interface where you can configure multiple ESPs. So I will be showing a live demo of this also. Second is you will be getting control on each and every ESP's sending pattern, like how much to send from SendGrid, how much to send from PeppyPost. All these configurations you can do from one dashboard. So you have to just integrate once the API at your end, and all this configuration at the ESP level need to be done on this Peppy route dashboard. So there is nothing to be changed in your code. Instead, all the configurations will be done on this Peppy route dashboard. So there are a lot of smart rules which you can define in order to ensure your email are getting delivered as per the rules, and it is following the warm-up process as I mentioned. So what you can do is you can define rules based upon different factors like email volume. So you can segregate your traffic based upon email volume. You can say like 50% from PeppyPost, 50% from SendGrid. That's the rule I want to define. Or you can have some specific email header rules like if subject line is this, then send from SendGrid. If subject line is this, then send from PeppyPost. So that's the type of parameters you can define here in the routing rules. Or you can even have routing rules based upon the from address. If from address is so and so, send it from SendGrid. If from address is so and so, then send it from PeppyPost. The next important thing, which is very important, is based upon past user engagement trends. Can you do the routing between the providers? So if I am getting good open rates. Let's example of if I am getting 20% open rate, then keep sending email from the new vendor, that is PepiPost. If the open rate is not 20%, it is lesser than 20%, then keep sending from my older vendor, that is SendGrid. So that's the type of routing rule also you can define here. You can also define rules based upon the click rates. Similarly, you can have some user specific rules also, like these are my set of some premium customers, or these are my set of some important customers whom I want to route from a different gateway. So you can upload those lists, add an exception, and you can do routing as per that also. So now let's do a walkthrough of PepiRoute interface. I will show you something live on the interface, how the things are working. Just be with me. Okay, so this is the dashboard of PepiRoute. Here you can see I have already created a enterprise called ABC Limited. So this is your company. So you need to create a first a account on this of your company, and then is when you can start adding multiple instances. So instances is what is called as ESP routes. So here you can see I have created two routes. One is for SendGrid and second one is for PepiPost. So you can define the API key inside this route. You can define the API key for PepiPost. You can define the API key for SendGrid by clicking these edit buttons here. Then once these routes are defined, the instances are so the enterprise is ready. Now you have created the instances also of different service providers. Now the next step is to create a rule. So here you can see I have already created a rule book here, ABC routing rules. So here let's see what's there inside this routing rule. So here you can see I have created a very basic routing rule right now. So whatever volumes are hitting on PepiRoute, it should get divided 50-50% between SendGrid and PepiPost. So automatically when you inject emails, let's take example, you have injected 100 emails, then 50 emails will go via SendGrid and 50 emails will go via PepiPost. So that's the logic with which this system will be working on. So if you want to define some more rules here, you can definitely do. Here you have to just click, and here you can see there are different parameters are there, as I discussed in my presentation also. Like you can do volume specific filtering, you can do header based specific filtering, you can do engagement ratio basic filtering. Like in engagement rate, you can define here the conditions, what is the click rate, what is the open rate, when is the last open. So all these rules you can define. Let's take example, if you want to define a open rate greater than 10%, then send email from uh, PepiPost. And if it is uh, let's take another example, if open rate is greater than 20%, then send the email from SendGrid. So these are the different type of rules which you can define here. You can also have some default actions here. If none of the rules are matched, then send the email from PepiPost. So that's the type of rules you can define here. So once the rules are defined, you have to just hit the API. So here you can see I have shown one sample code also. So this is the sample API code of PepiRoute. So it's just one endpoint which you will be hitting. You have to just pass the API key here, and these are all the parameters here. You will be sending the from, you will be sending the recipient, you will be sending the subject, all these things you will be sending here. So now once the email you have hit this particular API, you can go to your mailbox and you can see whether the emails are received or not. Here you can see I have hit that particular API from my terminal, and here you can see multiple emails coming to me. There are some emails which are coming from SendGrid, there are some other set of emails which are coming from PepiPost. So the same email I have sent here for 10 times, and I have received 5 from SendGrid and 5 from PepiPost. So now coming back to the interface, now once the email is sent, you can see the logs here. Here in the logs, you can see there are a couple of emails coming here. So here it is showing enterprise ID. So these are all emails which came from for that ABC Limited. So based upon the ID, so when you will be hitting the API call, you will be receiving this particular message ID in the return. And based upon the message ID, you can actually check the status of the emails also. So it will give you the complete information like the email was sent from SendGrid or whether it was sent from PepiPost. So you can do a component level debugging also. You can do end-to-end debugging. You can do specific message level debugging also, whether the message is delivered, not delivered, what happened to that. So all these type of troubleshooting you can do from this particular one interface. So that is what PepiRoute is all about. So it simplifies your email delivery, and especially when you are switching between ESPs, when you are migrating. So it helps you in doing a smooth migration without you worrying about warm up, without you worrying about different type of complex rules. So PepiPost delivery team is there, so they are there to help you with setting these rules. So they can do some of these smart rule settings for you on this PepiRoute, so that whenever you are shifting your volume from any email service provider to PepiPost, it can be a smooth migration, and you are getting good email deliverability rates, and your emails are going into inbox, and it is not hitting the spam folder. So that is the granular level of monitoring which the team will be doing, and you will be getting a detailed report on what is really happening with your emails, whether the IP reputation is still maintained, or your domain reputation is still maintained or not, or yeah, it is dropping when you are switching the provider. So if there is any drop or something, they can go back, and they can do the smart tweaking in the rule, so that the email deliverability is not impacted. So the email deliverability team is here to help you with all those steps. So you can contact your account manager, or you can visit pepipost.com for more details also. So thank you so much for watching this video. In case you have any question, feel free to reach out to PepiPost team for any of the help. Thank you so much.